Jen, and today I will be trying food fit for kings. Today I'm here at the Holland Village Hawker Center, and I'll be trying food I've never had before while also informing you on the imperial food eaten by kings in the Qing Dynasty. So let's backtrack. Here's a little about myself. I'm a current second-year exchange student from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I've lived basically my whole life in America, and study abroad was the first time coming to Singapore. Since living here for about 4 months, I've definitely had to learn to adapt and adjust to the different culture and living habits, which did take some time getting used to, but I've loved this experience and I'm so glad I chose this place as my destination. For one, there's just so much great food and dishes around, and I've been shocked at how easy it is to find cuisine from literally all over. Singapore is a beautiful city that epitomizes multiculturalism, and that's really evident in the daily food that people eat. Hawker centers like these are what makes me even more amazed. Over 100 stalls and vendors can be fit and squeezed into this open area to create this lively environment, fragrant with so many delicious home-cooked smells and bustling with incredible culture. These stalls are the only place in the world that can earn Michelin stars from just a tiny place and at very affordable prices. Like teacher Yu Shen pointed out in our tutorials, these hawkers are also one of the solutions that Singapore has created in response to dealing with the night market situation and urban sprawls. Singapore quickly transformed and industrialized within 60 years, and instead of food vendors and stalls on the streets causing an inconvenience, the roads were made clean, empty, and safe again. So on with the food. So originally I made plans to go to Marina Bay Sands restaurant called Imperial Treasure, where they serve dishes like Australian lobster baked with superior broth, poached empress clam with Chinese rice wine, and braised bird's nest with crab meat and roe. These dishes are specifically made to replicate the cuisine served back in imperial times, where people can get a taste of what it is really like to eat like kings. They are iconic Chinese treasures with 2 Michelin stars at multiple locations. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, I had to alter my plans. Today, I have gathered 1, 2, 3, and then 4 underneath you, 4 dishes to try and taste test. I've never had these before, and I'm really excited to taste what they're like. In addition, I'll be speaking about my research on the Qing Dynasty and imperial cuisine. So let's hop right in. So I tried already the banana milk. Honestly, I've already had this before, and it's one of my favorite drinks that I get at this hawker center. It's really good, very tasty. Okay, I think the first dish I'll try is, I want to say this is chicken. Okay, I should have paid more attention to what I was ordering, but this looked good. I think it's like chicken and fish with rice and egg. It looks really good. Okay, but before I get on that, I'll begin by talking about imperial cuisine. Imperial cuisine are characterized by their intricate cooking methods, meticulous selection of quality raw materials, time-consuming and complicated preparation, and elaborate visual presentation. Royal chefs would study and refine their dishes until it was fit for their emperor. Imperial cuisine was a significant part of the lives of royal family members who lived in the Qing palace, and the rights to prepare and serve a dish for an emperor during the time is arguably the greatest of all Chinese dynasties. Menus always carried the cook's name so that dishes could be easily reordered and culprits could be identified if anything suspicious happened. Imperial recipes were essentially sophisticated versions of meals traditionally enjoyed by the common people. Recipes contain detailed notes including the number of individuals required to make them and the quality, variety, and cost of the courses served at every meal. Its legacy has endured to today, where one can see the reflection of the dedication, effort, and ingenuity of all the preparers, servers, and inventive people. The imperial diet required the freshest and healthiest ingredients, sourcing the best chefs from around the country, and the imperial family had the best food China had to offer during the period. During the Qing Dynasty, food and drink were used to improve the emperor's physique and preserve his health. The imperial kitchen adjusted the diet of the emperor according to the season. Lighter diets were served in the summer with heavier, more nutritious meals in winter. It was believed that light food increased bodily fluids, while heavier meals created more vital energy. To make sure that the royalty had an abundant supply of fresh and dried fruits, all the local governments sent their specialties and fresh fruits to the palace. So for instance, from the Shandong government, the Qing palace was sent peanuts, dates, dried persimmons, and lotus seeds. Henan province, the Qing dynasty was sent dried persimmons, lilies, and preserved peaches. From the Shaanxi and Gansu province, they were sent sweet-scented osmanthus blossoms and hammy melons. And then from the Guangdong province, they were sent oranges, lychees, tangerines, and round cardamom. In what was known as the Forbidden City, the imperial kitchen in the Qing palace was tasked with the preparation of all imperial cuisine for the emperor. Specifically, we'll be looking into the rule of Emperor Qianlong. He was the fourth ruler of 10 in the Qing dynasty and ruled between 1736 and 1796, where the kitchen for teas and meals were separated into the external kitchen, which handled the Qing palace's official food-related events such as feasts, banquets, and sacrificial rites, and the internal kitchen, which was divided into departments that managed and prepared vegetables, meat dishes, roasting, rice cooking, and baking. Most often, the emperor's meals were served in Yangshan Hall, also known as the Hall of Tranquility. Protocol required that the emperor eat there sitting at a table all by himself, kind of like what I'm doing. When in the Forbidden City, protocol also said that the emperor must get up at 4 in the morning every day. After dressing and preparing for the day, he ate a dish cooked with sugar and bird's nests. At 9 that same morning, he ate a breakfast most often of 7 dishes, 3 pastries, 3 pickles, and rice. Lunch was the main meal of the day and served between noon and 2. Every item is tasted by a eunuch before serving it to the emperor or anyone in the imperial family. This is because the emperors lived in constant fear of assassination. When the dishes were placed on the table, the emperor would take a small silver plate and insert it several times into each dish. It was believed that the silver plate would change color if the food had been poisoned. Emperor Qianlong liked all hot main dishes served in a double-layer container, the one below holding boiling water to keep his main dishes hot. This was important because meals were prepared sometime before the emperor ate them. He did not routinely feast on lavish meals, but instead had a balanced and plain diet. Both the Ming and Qing dynasties ate in accordance with the same principle. A diet must promote health. The Qing dynasty emperors did not take their meals in just one place, but rather they ate where they lived, worked, and played. No matter the dishes, their purpose was singular: to maintain and improve the emperor's health. All meals had lots of staple foods from the 5 cereals and many fruit and vegetable dishes. Okay, now I forgot to taste test. It's 4 p.m. right now, which is probably why I'm not hungry, and I definitely over-ordered, and I should have packed more things to go. Two were $9, this was $5, that was $5, this was $2.50. So around 22 Singaporean dollars, which is crazy because in the US you could definitely not get something like this for this cheap. This is really good. I think there's like pineapple in this, which is making it very it has a tangy taste. It's really yummy though. I approve. Yeah, there's definitely like mango or pineapple in here that's making it really yummy. So the foods prepared during the Qing dynasty were based upon the traditional diet of the Manchu, accompanied by the remains of the Han diet. What was known as the Manchu Han Imperial Feast was created during this dynasty. His Majesty asked for a dinner of 15 courses with wine, wild game, and fowl to be served on red porcelain plates in Yangshan Hall. He selected 3 different places for his meals in just 2 days. Those who cooked dishes for Emperor Qianlong on his trips away from the palace exposed him to other foods. For example, on many trips to the south, he found delicacies he really liked, and so they were added to his palace meals. His table added influences from Shandong, Suzhou, Hangzhou, and many other places. One of his famously eaten dishes was the Dizhou braised chicken, which was a traditional dish inspired from the Dizhou city and Shandong province. When he had traveled to Dizhou, a Han Chinese family made braised chicken for him. The emperor thought highly of the dish and ordered it to be included in the menu at the palace. Another dish was the Wensi tofu, which was from Jiangsu Cuisine. This tofu represented the typical work of a knife skill of a chef from Yangzhou, because a chef needs to cut a square of tofu into more than 5,000 pieces. Other dishes included the Qinglong mutton, peasant casserole, pork balls, shark fin soup, and bird's nest soup. all putting emphasis on the health and longevity of the king. Next, I'll try, this looks really good. It's clay pot rice. That's really good. The emperor's diets in the Qing palace were roughly divided into two periods, with a dividing line between Qianlong's reign. The first period saw changes to raw material. During the early Qing dynasty, most raw materials came from northeast China. These included live and processed ducks from different parts of the country, duck eggs, edible bird's nests, fish, deer, and its products. Foods before Emperor Qianlong had fewer influences from China's northeast. Meals served before he came to power were heavy, many dishes made with liver, duck, fish, deer, bird's nests, and game. Before and when Qianlong became emperor, there were many Ming and Tang dishes served. All chefs were appointed for life, their sons inheriting their positions when they passed on. So popular dishes and those who made them were always available for the emperor's pleasure. After Qianlong's reign, more cereals appeared in the diet. Glutinous millet, rice, and purple rice came from Jade Spring Mountain and the lush green garden near Beijing and the Tang Spring in Zunhua. There were many more dishes with millet and lots of wheat, noodle, and cereal dishes served with all the meat and fish dishes. Formal banquets still had 7 to 49 main dishes served after 8 to 16 cold dishes. I believe the next thing I'm trying is like fish soup. Okay, let's give it a try. Oh, this is really good too. It's so yummy. It's very like fresh. You can taste the celery in it, and it's not too like fishy where it's overwhelming. The broth is super nice. Honestly, it tastes really healthy too. I think there's like pork rib in here, which is really cool. I also have duck later on, which I will be eating sometime, who knows when. So in conclusion, the imperial food served in the Qing dynasty is an integral part of all of Chinese people's cultural heritage. Many records from the Qing Palace archives still exist, which mention the use of wines, juices, extracts, preserved fruits, and sugar as health-giving items. These foods were believed to stimulate the stomach, kidneys, and appetite, reduce internal heat, and nourish the body and prolong life. Emperor Qianlong and his cooks were very health conscious, and this transferred in the healthiness, yet still richness and deliciousness of the food that he was given. I hope you learned something today, and thanks for staying with me to listen.